Hi, thank you for joining me today. I worked on this cover this week, painting this cover, and I've gotten a signature inside here already, and I need to make tags for it. And I've decided that they need to be 3 inches wide by 5 inches tall to fit inside this journal. So I'm going to start working on some new tags. So I've got big index cards here. These index cards measure 8 inches by 5 inches. So the tags will be 5 inches tall. So they're tall enough this way. So I'm going to cut them down to 3 inches wide to work on these tags. I'm trying my hand at aging index cards for my newest junk journal, and I'm going to use Distress Oxide, Hickory Smoke, Distress Oxide, Gathered Twigs, Distress Oxide, Antique Linen. I think this is going to be too light. And then I'm also going to try Distress Oxide Walnut Stain and Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. I've not done this process before, so I'm going to take you along. I did a couple of trial ones just now, and I used the Antique Linen because I wanted to start with the lighter color. And it looks like it's drying a little bit orange, and I find that interesting. So I am going to spray this with water first, so it's a little bit wet, and then try, there we go, kind of smush it around a little bit. Maybe try this one. This one looks like it might be a little bit too light, but I don't know. I've not done, oh, look at gnats flying around. I've started tomatoes from seed from tomatoes from last year, and it looks like I'm getting some gnats in the soil. I've got vermiculite on the top of them. Let's see, I didn't like how that turned out. Let's try something a little bit darker. Maybe I'll spray it on here and put a little bit more water in there. And oh, I like that effect. Oh, yes, that's the color I'm going to use. Yes, let's see what happens if I spray it a little bit. I bought a package of watercolor markers, and I've never used watercolor markers before. It's Simply Sketch 36 colors, and oh, I think I got it at Home Goods actually for $9.99. So I am going to just make miscellaneous marks and dots and squiggles on some book pages, and then I'm going to spritz with water and see what I come up with. I want to use just the text part of the book pages. I don't want the edges. And I'm going to start just with color and probably just start with some circles just for right now, just to see what happens. in between some of those, I think I'm going to do teal. Let's see, or light blue. Let me try the light blue. I've got some Craft Smart, I'm sure I probably got this at Walmart, black paint, and I'm going to just put it on this cottage cheese lid here, and I'm going to thin it just a little bit. I'm going to put just a little water to thin it out a little bit more so it flows more off of the paintbrush. Let's see if that's thin enough. Get the tip of my paintbrush wet before I soak up some paint in there, and then I'm just going to make circles around these. I don't have a fine tip paint bottle, so this is how I've got to do this. I'm going to go back over this one a little bit more. Look at how wonderful these cards turned out. I'm definitely doing that again. I absolutely love the effect that doing that. Shanuki is just so inspirational. She's got such wonderful ideas. So those are the cards dry, and then the little ones turned out just as beautiful. Love that effect. Now I'm going to tear up these book pages that I just painted with the watercolor markers and acrylic black paint. And I'm also going to tear up some old, this is very delicate music paper. It's from a book where somebody definitely wrote in, so it's not anything heirloomish. So I'm going to tear this up and tear this up so it'll fit approximately this area of the card. So first I'm going to go down this way and then determine exactly. This looks like I need to do another thin strip because that's kind of big there, and about sections about that long. There we go. Do another. So these will be for those, and then yeah, I think I'll just take these in half this size. So that looks, as far as all the paintings go, this one's my favorite one. And again, I will just tear off the borders. I don't think I'll use that one. I'm not too thrilled with that one. Already getting paint on my fingers. I'm going to use a palette knife and add a little bit of water to these paints. And then I've got a toothbrush and a fan brush. I'm not too sure exactly which one will work the best, or use both. I'm going to start with the white. Oh, that's thick. So I'm going to have to add quite a bit of water to that one, or else I'm going to just have huge globs. Oh, that's looking thinner. I like that. I'm not going to worry about cleaning that. Then I'm just going to go straight to the yellow and make it a little thinner as well. Looks like that started out quite a bit thicker. It's taking just a little bit more water. I better stand back or I'm going to get this all over my clothes. Should be wearing an apron. I'm splattering. Note to self. Oh, I'm getting it off. I've got these cards dry. I took some music paper and I tore it in strips. And now I'm going to make tabs for all of these tags. This stapler I've had since 1981. Let's see, I have to get a little bit of a, get my groove here. Decide which side I want the tag on. And I'll go ahead and staple all of these. The last video I did, I painted this for a journal cover, and after I did that, I went ahead and made a signature for this junk journal. So now I'm going to fill the pockets with the ephemera that I've made, and I did some embellishing on this journal yesterday, so you get to see what I've got created here. And I'm just going to start filling pockets. This was from a public domain print that I did. I went online and found some public domain images that I could print up. Over winter, close to Valentine's Day, I was trying my hand at watercolor and I painted those. That's a tad bit too big. There, that fits better. That's a small one. That's why I made these. There we go. This is altered playing cards that I made a number of videos ago. This was a book page that I did gesso on and came back and made some squiggles with a gold marker and glued on a die cut, coffee dyed school paper. Here's another one of those. Let's see, let's put something different in there. How about, there we go. This is just a couple of book pages glued together and made into an envelope. This is dyed paper. I think I used Easter egg dye for this paper, and then I stenciled on some leaves. This I made as a fold out. Just glued 2 pieces of book page together and then glued it on there. This was some of the paper that was left over from when I covered the inside covers. And then I just cut out the corners, glued on some paper scraps, glued on a paper scrap here, and this is a journaling card. Took a doily and I folded it in half and then into thirds, and the corners of anything that I put into this doily catch on all of these little cutouts, so it's kind of frustrating to put anything in here. See how it catches? Don't like that. I don't think I'll do that again. That's a tad bit too big. Let's do something a little bit smaller. Yep, need something a little bit smaller there as well. I made those in another video recently as well. Now this has gotten nice and chunky as well. And I've got some satin blanket binding that's 2 inches wide. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and cut a length that will completely encircle this. Thank you for watching.